Ripple announces new collaboration with the Australian company Novatti Group and a new stablecoin on the XRP Ledger. More experts' opinion on the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. How is XRP doing in the market? Analysis of the last couple of days and what the future will bring for the Ripple token. In an interview with Kitco, McGlone, Bloomberg Intelligence senior commodity strategist, announces what he thinks will happen with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the future. Keep watching to find out all about the XRP and Ripple latest news. Hello to the XRP news community, welcome to a new video. If this is the first time you see one of our videos, we send a special greeting, and we encourage you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell notifications, so you do not miss any videos. I want to tell you that this channel gives away 200 XRP. For a chance to participate, all you must do is subscribe, like the video and leave a comment. The winner will be announced on the 15th of June. In addition to this, get 100 extra XRP if you are on our Telegram channel. The link is in the description. Novatti Group is a company founded in 2015 and based in Australia. It's one of the more than 300 companies Ripple has collaborated with. Novatti Group has communicated that an Aussie-based stablecoin is in the making. It'll be called AUDC, and they are planning to issue it on the XRP Ledger. After the launch of instant cross-border payments, Ripple, along with Stellar, will help spread the use of AUDC on their platforms. Stellar is the company founded by Ripple's co-founder and former CTO Jed McCaleb in 2013, a year after he left Ripple Labs. The reason for his departure is discrepancies with Chris Larsen, another one of Ripple's co-founder. This is not the first time Ripple and Novatti Group worked together, as last year they launched a service for instant digital payments in Australia and the Philippines. The stablecoin that Novatti is working on will be based on the Australian dollar. Ripple and Stellar, the two rival blockchain companies, will integrate the AUDC to their networks now that the company is expanding into the sphere of digital transnational payments. Managing Director of Novatti Peter Cook believes that launching AUDC will help the company to become a larger part of the fast-growing digital payments market as the utilization of cryptocurrencies is getting bigger and wider. The stablecoin will be similar to the USDT and the USDC, meaning that it will be backed one-to-one against the fiat currency, the Australian dollar. USDT and USDC are listed in the top 10 list of digital currencies. The coin will work in a similar way to other stablecoins in the market. It will be available to buy with AUD and kept as crypto in a wallet or cashed out as AUD. There won't be any international transfer fees for sending them on the blockchain. However, Novatti intends to make a profit on fees through the conversion of the stablecoin, as well as on transaction and merchant fees as soon as the company adds them to their network. On the other hand, legal expert Jeremy Hogan gave his opinion on this week's audience regarding the XRP and Securities and Exchange Commission lawsuit. From his perspective, the SEC made what he called a terrible mistake that could cost them the whole case. Last year, on previous occasions when he shared his thoughts and opinions about the case, he explained the importance of sticking to a theory in a litigation. In this case, referring to the speech William Hinman gave, the SEC stated from the beginning that Ether not being considered a security as said on his speech was his personal opinion. However, by refusing to hand over the emails between Hinman and SEC lawyers claiming client privileges, in regards to the speech, opened the door to question why would Hinman require legal advice on a personal opinion. The SEC proceeded to change position on who was the authority behind Hinman's words. First it was the SEC's opinion, then it became Hinman's personal opinion, and now it is the division's opinion. During the audience, the judge asked the SEC if it was their position that Hinman's speech reflected the Division of Corporations Finance opinion. Even if they tried to argue and reformulate their answer, the first thing the SEC attorney said was yes. By changing position yet again, the SEC has inadvertently put the Hinman speech back into play as market guidance. The emails are put back into relevance as official guidance as to whether XRP is a security and back into play as to the fair notice defense. One closely watched crypto analyst has predicted Bitcoin will be one of the best assets on the planet once risk assets begin to recover and the Fed turns dovish. In an interview with Kitco News, McGlone, Bloomberg Intelligence senior commodity strategist said, I think some of the best assets will be gold, US long bonds, and Bitcoin, reiterating his Bitcoin price prediction of $100,000 by 2025. The Great Reversion is just getting started. Despite Bitcoin potentially heading lower in the short term, McGlone said he expects the Bitcoin and the Ethereum price to outperform eventually, especially with the Fed pushing ahead with its inflation-busting interest rate hikes and a balance sheet reduction program. McGlone added, "Right now I fully expect Bitcoin to trade lower. I don't know how much lower. But what I fully expect is that when we see the foundation form, which is going to happen, Bitcoin and Ethereum should come out ahead because they've outperformed for so long." This week, he wrote in a note, Federal Reserve rate hikes are addressing the need for inflation and risk assets to decline, and once things stabilize, we see Bitcoin coming out ahead. Ray Dalio, a billionaire investor, said this week that in 2024 stagflation will hit the global economy. Stagflation is a combination of high inflation and low growth that will encourage the Fed and central banks around the world to begin cutting interest rates again. Dalio, the founder and co-CIO of Bridgewater Associates, told the Australian Financial Review, "We are in a tightening mode that can cause corrections or downward moves to many financial assets. The pain of that will become great, and that will force the central banks to ease again, probably somewhere close to the next presidential elections in 2024. So, we come to the end of the video. If you liked it, we would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and give a like. We publish a daily video. You should also share the video with someone that you think can be useful. See you in the next video.